Thank you,
Yes.
Chairman Welch and Ranking Member Tuberville and all of the members on the subcommittee. Thank you for inviting me to testify and be a synergistic resource as you're working through your leadership on modernizing community rural water systems. My name is Polly Undesser, and I'm honored to be here and address the subcommittee as the CEO of the Water Quality Association and the Water Quality Research Foundation. WQA is a not-for-profit association that amplifies and unites a voice of over 2,500 member companies, mostly headquartered on U.S. soil, and employ hundreds of thousands of workers. For over 75 years, our members have manufactured, distributed, and installed water quality improvement solutions in homes and in businesses. WQA upholds ethics and integrity while serving as an educator for water treatment professionals, a certifier for water treatment products, and an information source for the public. The Water Quality Research Foundation is the industry's not-for-profit data-generating powerhouse that advances the mission of water quality by sponsoring peer-reviewed academic research. Modernizing water systems, whether public, private, or otherwise, is critical for millions of Americans across the United States facing drinking water contamination from various sources, including lead, arsenic, nitrates, PFAS, and others. I applaud the federal government's recent efforts to combat these concerns and ensure safer drinking water for all Americans. Congress, through the leadership of this subcommittee, should continue these efforts in the 2023 Farm Bill to ensure that rural communities are not left behind. Congress, EPA, and the CDC have all recognized that point of use and point of technologies are effective solutions. Most options treating water closest to the point of consumption can be installed faster than centralized treatment systems, meaning people are protected sooner. More specifically, those living in rural communities served by private wells, like me and my family for the past 20 years, in-home solutions are coveted as the proven solution to improve water quality. USDA Rural Development's suite of water and environmental programs has been incredibly successful in improving the safety of rural communities' drinking water, but more needs to be done. More to educate residents in their water quality, and more to make funding available under current programs. By creating new program offerings, USDA can provide flexibility for these communities to leverage proven solutions. WQA strongly encourages the subcommittee to prioritize the implementation of point of use and point of entry solutions as a key tool for modernizing rural water systems. WQA is particularly supportive of S806, which is known as the Healthy H2O Act, and urges the subcommittee to include this essential legislation within the 2023 Farm Bill. This bipartisan, bicameral legislation would provide grants to low and moderate income households and licensed child care facilities in rural communities to conduct water quality testing and to fund the purchase, installation, and maintenance of water treatment solutions. These treatment solutions would be required to meet national performance standards for any contaminants identified during testing and installed, serviced, maintained by qualified professionals. The Healthy H2O Act already has the support of many members, both from the House and Senate Agriculture Committees, and we anticipate all subcommittee members will be eager to join supporting this bipartisan, common sense solution. Availability of high quality drinking water is a cornerstone for fortifying prosperous communities. It is of critical importance for rural communities to be afforded the same opportunity to enhance their quality of life through reliable and affordable access to quality drinking water equal to their urban and suburban counterparts. Technologies installed closest to the point of consumption are crucial components in this effort. I thank the subcommittee for your time, attention, and thoughtful review of including the Healthy H2O Act in the 2023 Farm Bill. I am a subject matter expert for the betterment of water quality, and I'm available as a resource in your leadership for modernizing rural water systems. Thank you.
And Paulie is now back from Washington joining us. And boy, Paulie, when you talk about advocacy on the part of WQA, it doesn't get much better than seeing you in front of a Senate subcommittee speaking on behalf of WQA members. Wow, that was something.
Absolutely. My feeling was exhilaration, and it still feels that way, even being back in the office, talking to so many folks about just the impact and the influence. Being able to be in that room and be able to testify means it's a really big deal.
And in the testimony, I know you were restricted on time, so you had just a very few minutes. What were you trying to accomplish?
Within the limited time that I had, the main pieces that I wanted to accomplish is to make sure everyone in the room knew who WQA and WQRF are, what we stand for, as well as knowing that we do have the Healthy H2O Act legislation that is being proposed for the Farm Bill, and that its inclusion in that Farm Bill is meaningful for the topic of yesterday's panel, which was modernization of rural water systems. And how do we really take that to a different level and think about water differently and leverage all of our assets that are out there, like point of use and point of entry products?
And it was interesting to note that you not only spoke with your prepared remarks, but you did get some questions as well. How did those go?
I did. And you prep ahead of time for the questions that you expect might be asked, but you also prep for the ones that you're not sure what's going to be asked, but you want to make sure that your points get across. So the questions I had were not necessarily ones we expected, but thankfully they were all appropriately directed to me. And I was able to share more about either the Healthy H2O Act, more about the industry, who WQA is, and be able to provide resources as a subject matter expert.
One could get the sense listening to the hearing yesterday that the senators are inclined to really try to want to do something about water quality problems and issues and challenges that are facing the country these days. And would you say that that was a sense that you got as well?
Absolutely. Walking into that room, I can't tell you how many times I heard folks saying it's great to be in a non controversial panel because we're talking about water. It's bipartisan, bicameral. And so it means that it's really everybody is pro water. And how do we get to the best solutions for the issues that are out there? So it was really embracing, inclusive. Everybody wanted to be there for the right reasons to make sure that we could bring solutions to the table.
Did you get any sense at all from feedback or conversations after the hearing how it went?
All of the conversations that we had with especially the staffers afterwards, were very supportive in that they got what they needed out of the subject matter experts in the panel. They were enlightened in many different ways by some of the information that was shared, and that many of the different senator offices certainly want to reach out to get more information, because while you're there for a couple hours in the whole testimony, you really can only get sound bites across. So a lot of the work now is going to happen afterwards to have more in-depth conversations and see what else we can do.
And so the Healthy H2O Act, which WQA was vitally involved in putting forward, is now has been introduced into the Farm Bill, and we will have to wait and see, of course, whether that makes it into the final Farm Bill legislation. And we certainly are keeping our fingers crossed. And um, I can only assume that to a certain extent, you actually moved that ball forward for WQA.
Absolutely. One, being invited to this subcommittee is one big win to celebrate. We're part of the conversation, as well as we had another celebration this week. The subcommittee chair, Senator Welch, signed on to co-sponsor the Healthy H2O Act as well. So those are all just great leading indicators for us that we're continuing to gain support for the Healthy H2O Act. And again, it's a bipartisan issue, and everybody so far has been very supportive rather than against it.
All right. Well, Paulie, thank you so much. We just wanted to, take a couple of seconds, get some immediate reaction. It was great to see you there in Washington, and hopefully this is one of many other appearances to come for WQA.
Absolutely. We're here as a resource and subject matter expert, so we're looking forward to it. Thank you.